Okay.
Hi everyone, and hi Mona.
Hello.
This is a first part of our mini interview series for this year's International Women's Day celebrations. So this year's Women's Day celebration or International Women's Day celebration is about talking about women leadership in COVID-19 world. So I thought, what better than speak to five incredible women from different walks of life to learn how they dealt with this pandemic and what are their key learnings from this entire situation. So first up today is Mona Laass. She's our awesome customer, and actually a brand ambassador as well, if I may add that. She helps us spread our mission of combining style, sustainability, and social impact. So thanks a lot, Mona, for that. A working mother of two beautiful children, Mona has several years of experience working in law firms, and recently she's dealing in patents and IP. So the words scare me, but I'm sure it's quite cool. And she actually just recently told me something that she wore her lucky charm for her job interview. And, and imagine what that lucky charm was. It is Cape Infinity, so Fifth Origin's Cape Infinity Aurora. And
Yes.
no surprises, she got the job. So
Nobody was surprised.
all you guys out there, if you want a lucky charm, you know what you need to do. But great. Mona, thanks a lot for being there with us on this today, and also for helping us conduct this mini interview. And you know, I would like to learn from you. You know, being a working mother myself, I have faced a lot of challenges the last year, the last couple of months, and I can imagine that a fellow mother would also have gone through the same. That's why we want to understand from you how did COVID-19 affect you personally and professionally.
So personally, it actually helped in the beginning, well, kind of, because I had no more appointments. So there was no all afternoon running from this appointment to that appointment to this appointment because they were all cancelled. So suddenly we were all at home, and the first couple of weeks it was really relaxing and felt much better. And of course, after a while, the kids got stressed and missed their friends. I missed my friends. My husband missed his friends. And then we had the same problem that we had before the pandemic, that whenever there's a problem, the women have to solve it. So on top of working outside, plus looking after the kids the normal way, after the family, I then had the pandemic problems to solve. So it was even harder than it was before, to be honest. And I really learned to take out the pressure. So if my kids don't finish the homework that the teacher said, well, then they don't. Who cares? Yep. They might not get very far academically, but that's not the key thing. The main thing is they are happy as much as possible and don't infect themselves or others. So that was the personal stuff. Professionally, I didn't have a huge change because in the beginning I didn't even do home office. I would still go to work, always see the same people with a big distance. After a while we started wearing masks, but I went there by bike. I always saw the same people. Some of them decided to go on holiday to different countries, and after they returned they were quarantined for a while, but I didn't travel. So then after about half a year I started home officing. That was a total new experience. In the beginning I loved it. I could start much earlier because I didn't have to dress up and ride my bike and all this. So that was fun. I loved it in the beginning. And whenever I thought like, oh, I need a break now, I just had a break. I didn't care. I turned on the music and was dancing around. Nobody saw me. That was beautiful. After a while, I got lonely, and that was a big challenge. And that made it even harder for me to face the other things, because this being lonely and isolated is not good for human beings. So
and
yes,
I completely agree. Because I had this as well, initially, of course, when for me, because I gave birth to a child last year, so it was much harder, I think, than it much harder than what it would have been, I guess. But I
Yes,
completely agree. Initially it feels nice, but then when you start feeling lonely, I think it becomes even difficult to um, groom your children well, because
yes,
you feel agitated, so that comes out. That has to come out somewhere, right? And
definitely.
this is it was just not. At times you were like,
Especially with your first child. I mean, you say you need two persons to give birth to a child, but you need a village to raise a child. You don't
exactly.
have that village during a pandemic.
And I have so many of my close friends who couldn't who have not even met him now, even until now, and he just turned 1 2 days ago, and
Oh,
like, can we come now and meet him? So it has been a very challenging year, I think, especially for for people like us who have to take care of kids for the homeschooling. And as you said, it might not be, you might feel dissatisfied that, oh, I'm not doing my best, but what can you do? You can do only what you can do.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And we are too critical. This, I'm not doing my best. Yes, you are. You are doing more than your best.
Yes.
So we always have the feeling it's never enough, but it is.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That is a very, very good point, that we are overcritical about ourselves, and we have to
Definitely.
grant ourselves that that I think love, but also the opportunity to say that we have done our best. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
So and tell me, like, with respect to this pandemic, like, how do you think you have helped your community? And when I say community, it could be professionally at work, or it could be your neighbors, your friends. Like, how do you think you have helped the small community that you have?
There is one example, which is a friend of mine. I met him on the way to work because I was cycling, as I said, and he was a homeless person, homeless man at the age of 46. So I meet him every day. And so we got to know each other, and I bring him breakfast and I ask him what he needs. And he repairs my bike if it's broken and all this. This is a beautiful friendship. And if he gets, other people give him things, and if he don't need them, he passes them on to me.
Wow. Okay.
It's so nice. And his main income was that he was collecting bottles and returning them to get the refund. And during the lockdown, nobody was bottles,
Yeah.
so he had basically no income. And all the other people who would usually just take a walk, go outside and stop by and give him some money, they didn't show up anymore because they didn't take a walk. They just better stayed inside, which is good, but his life was difficult, and during the pandemic times it got even worse. So I supported him as much as I could, gave him more money if I could, which is most of the time the case, because I'm not a rich person, but compared to him, I've got more money than I need and he doesn't. So
Yeah.
yeah, looking after him, we finally found a doctor who could help him. That was amazing. He would work for free and all that stuff. That was probably my thing I did for the community, because otherwise I didn't have people who were in a quarantine and needed help, like going shopping. I would
Right.
of course do that, but
But this
didn't
is
happen.
beautiful. I mean, it's how many of us can actually do this? It's not easy to, trust someone who yeah, who you meet on the road, right? Like nowadays, how I find
Yeah,
it always difficult when I'm even walking. I'm like, oh, I don't. We are always
exactly.
scared, right? What? How is that person? Why should we help them? So I think it's wonderful. I always knew,
It's
of course, when when customers reach out to us and they are talking about, they say that they're happy about our ethos, I feel they are, happy about it because they themselves are like that. And that's so this incident doesn't come as a surprise to me about you, because I think this is natural to you. But I think it's a beautiful thing to share on, like, about what we can do. As you said, we yeah, it's not about being rich to
no,
give money to someone, right? It's about what amount that we give to someone, how does that help them
mhm.
in such times. So, no, that's great. Thanks for sharing that with us. It's beautiful. And I really
Thank
hope this friend of yours is better now, and
Yes.
that, you know, things are, of course, things are opening up, and eventually we will all deal, you know, with the pandemic, and things will be much better. So I hope, you know, he can bring joy back to his life. So
I hope so too.
best wishes for that. And a last question for you, Mona. Now, I want to know, what are your key, you know, let's say 3 key takeaways from this pandemic?
First is probably what I mentioned at the beginning, that life is easier if you don't have that many appointments, and you can live happily if you don't have 1 or 2 appointments every afternoon. So I hope I will remember to not pack my calendar with 10,000 things when the pandemic is over. Second is a very basic, a bit of shameful thing, that masks do actually help. I was never wearing a mask when I had a simple cold, because nobody did. And nobody in Germany did. We knew that many people in Asia did, and we always thought, well, that's a bit, no, they are overdoing it, not really necessary, that's a bit ridiculous, but let them do it, okay. And now we're all wearing masks, and suddenly nobody has a simple flu anymore.
Yeah.
And people tell me, usually by January I would have had a bad cold 3 times, and now none. So if I have a normal cold, I will definitely wear a mask because
It's a very good one.
so, and maybe people won't look at me like I'm stupid because they made the same experience.
Correct. Correct.
A third one, which is not so good, is people, and I can only talk about Germany, are thinking about themselves only, and the value of respect. Like, I wear the mask to protect others. Nobody does that. Well, many do, but so many people just think about themselves. So if you tell them, I think we should have told in Germany from the very beginning, you need a mask to protect yourself. Many more would have done it.
Done that, yes.
Because we've told the Germans, you need the mask to protect the others, and they didn't really care about it. In Asia, it worked perfectly, because if you respect a person, that's the best thing you can do. In Germany, well, yeah, of course we are supposed to respect, but we don't really. So that is something. Still, there are many people who are just beautiful and helpful and nice. So
that's always there, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the world is still going on. And
Exactly.
there are good people out there. There are people who respect each other. And I think in general, you know, this pandemic has been tough on everyone. And you know, maybe people want to respect, but you know, they feel they just cannot fathom the fact that they have to wear a mask, because we've never done it, right? Like this is so new to us that we are like, oh my God, you know, what is happening?
Yes.
So we are
yes, but it's happening for months now, and people still don't wear masks.
Yeah.
I'm losing patience.
No, I hope. First of all, I hope the pandemic is towards its, you know, the fag end, and that we really are looking at a new horizon. So
I hope so too.
Hope that. But this was wonderful. This was absolutely wonderful, Mona, and thanks so much for sharing such beautiful thoughts and experiences with us. And I'm sure our community, Fifth Origins community will love to listen to this. And thanks again. We'll be in touch. Take care.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I hope to you know, stay in touch, of course. And we'll hopefully we'll meet soon. When the borders
I hope so too.
again,
Yes.
we'll definitely meet. All
We're
right.
in the same continent. No problem.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, at least there is that.
Exactly.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.